Namaste. Aum. This is for all of my beautiful children. This little video is it's just to say thank you, because I know you were all praying for me yesterday. And guess what? In Pokhara, they sent me beautiful, beautiful pictures of children with peace signs, like this, that's a peace sign, and children with their artwork. And all of you, I know all of you prayed for me. So, and prayed for us to be successful at this. You want to meet my friend? This is my friend. This is Flopsy Mopsy. Hi! I love you! I love children. All children are wonderful. Uh-oh, here comes my other friend. And it's alive. It's my cat. And all you can see is the fur of the cat. All right, get down, Shadow. Come on, you gotta get down. Want to say hello to the children? Yeah, yeah. No, you don't. You're just gonna be trouble. You go now. Go on. I'm busy. He loves me very much. So anyway, this is Flopsy Mopsy. And today, because you've all, I know, by the way, I know there's a young man in India, in Jaipur, part of my family there. And he has a blue Krishna doll that he carries everywhere. Krishna is a very important manifestation of people remember God in Krishna. Krishna is very, very special. Someday we'll talk about him. But today I have a story for you. Okay? And this story just came. This is something that really happened to me. I'm probably going to put Flopsy down for a minute. She can sit in the chair over here, and she could... I have a chair right here where she can listen to the story too, okay? And I'll show you how she's sitting there. Okay, she's right here next to me. And I'm going to tell you a little story. Let me see if I can show you Flopsy first. I don't know if I can do this. There she is. See, she's sitting in a chair. There she is. Okay, so here's my story. And my story is about how kindness changes the heart of all beings. And this is a story about a dog, a big dog. He's a Russian wolfhound, one of the fiercer dogs on the planet. Really fierce, big and fierce. Okay? Well, I was living on a farm. Actually, it was my farm, and I had a big garden. I was planting a big garden. And it was hot one day. And this Russian wolfhound, he didn't know any English because his people only spoke Russian. So he was tied up in the back, in the woods in the back, right next to where I was planting my garden. So I went out there one day, and he was very sad because it was very hot, and he didn't have it, and he couldn't get to his water because his chain was all wound up like this, and he couldn't get to the water, and he was really, really thirsty because it was a very hot day. Well, I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I knew the people that owned him probably wouldn't even come because they hardly ever went out there except to throw him some food, which wasn't very nice, was it? So anyway, I looked at him and he looked at me, and I was pretty scared because I didn't know this dog, and I didn't know if he'd try to bite me. But I couldn't just leave him there in the heat without any water. So I took some deep breaths. I made myself as still as I could. Because if you're all like this and you act afraid, then the animal is more likely to be afraid too. And then you might actually get bit. So, and I don't recommend anybody trying this with any little person to try doing this. Okay, you get your father or your mother before you approach a strange animal. But this was me. I was grown up. Okay, so I settled myself down as quiet as I could. So I was really still. And I talked to the puppy. I talked to the big dog. He's not a puppy. He's really big, really fierce. So I quietly talked to him. And I said, I'm going to fix this. Please be kind to me. You're a good boy. Just be calm. I'm coming to help you. And I talked to him like that in a very quiet voice. And he watched me, and he actually wagged his tail a couple times, which is a pretty good sign. So, very quietly, carefully, I approached, and I unraveled his chain so he could get to his water. And then I got him some fresh water, too, because his water was pretty nasty, dirty. So, at that time, we started to become friends. Because he didn't have any friends. Even the people that owned him, all they did was keep him chained up. They didn't come and pet him and spend any time with him or anything like that. So he was happy to have a new friend. And his chain would reach so he could lay right next to my garden. And every day while I worked in my garden, because gardens take a lot of work. You can't just plant seeds in the ground and expect you're going to have vegetables. You have to weed them, and you have to hoe, and you have to feed the plants and make sure they have everything they need. That's the same thing we have to do inside of us, by the way. We have to get rid of the negatives and nurture the positives inside of ourselves, just like it's a garden. So anyway, but that's beside the point. We're talking about the dog. So every day he laid by my garden. And every day I was very happy to have his company. And I talked to him, and I would give him treats. And gradually I taught him to sit in English. Gradually he started to learn all of his commands in English. And he was a very well-behaved friend. And he loved me very much, and I loved him. So, excuse me. So, the summer went on. And it was getting towards fall where I was going to pick all my vegetables. And him and I were very happy together. And one day, the man who owned him, for some reason he was mad, very mad. I think it had to do with something I spoke to his children about not being mean to my chickens or something, because I had chickens, and they were not very nice to my chickens. So he came out to the garden really, really, really angry, okay? He comes out to the garden and he says, I'm going to, if you don't behave or you don't do what I want, I'm going to beat you up, and I'm going to release my dog and let him bite you. I said, okay, why don't you release your dog first? Because I knew my friend wasn't going to bite me. So he let his dog loose, the dog that he had been unkind to. He let him loose, and the dog and my friend, the dog, came over and sat down next to me and put his head right on my knee and looked up at me adoringly with love all over himself. I'm with my friend. And the man was like, what did you do to my dog? What did I do? I loved him. That's all. I loved him. And that love changed the dog's heart, and it was a beautiful thing for my heart. And the man who was so angry and so mean to the dog, he tried to tell the dog what to do, and the dog would do nothing he said. I think the dog had forgotten all his Russian, because he learned through love that somebody really cared about him. Okay, and that caring led to peace between us, and also led to a beautiful friendship. And that's the power of kindness. When we're kind and we genuinely seek peace through our practice, through the things that we do, even with an animal, okay? Especially with an animal, I guess. Animals are pure souls. And if we love them, they love us back. Love generates love on a very pure level. Love generates love. So when we act out of love, when we act out of kindness, then that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Because it's like if I'm kind to somebody, and I don't even have to be, then it makes them happy. And that happiness may get them to go and smile and pass it on to somebody else. So let's always try to be kind, okay? And I'm going to get Flopsy again over here, because she wants to be sure. She wants to be sure to say goodbye to all you guys. Here's Flopsy, and she's raising her hand for peace and kindness. She's raising both hands for peace and kindness. Can we clap? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you feel you gotta show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you feel you gotta show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. I can't show you her feet. Anyway, I got one more little song for you, just because I love you all so much. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dears, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I just want you to know how very special all of you are, and how much you touch my heart, and how much I long for all of you to become as beautiful as you are. You are truly an inspiration, and the purity of your hearts really, really touches mine. And I can't thank you in God enough. All right? Amen. Namaste. Aum Namaya Sivaya. Peace be with you, and lots of hugs from Granny. Mataji, Granny. Mataji, Granny, Pooh. Because my children named me after Winnie the Pooh. Anyway, I love all of you so much. Have a beautiful day, and be super kind to everybody, especially your fathers and mothers. And I'll be seeing you again real soon, okay? Good night. Bye-bye.